Hello, how's everybody doing? How's everybody this evening? Welcome to the stream. Hello, Danny. Hello, Mirador. How are y'all? This should be the night. This should be the night, guys. How'd your Mirador? How'd your Castle and Crusades game go yesterday? I hope it went good. Went okay. That's good. We'll get started here in just a second. All right. All right, so hopefully tonight this will be the final installment of Wizardry 6 Bane of the Cosmic Forge. We're going to try our very best. Um, still not sure, still not quite sure how I want to handle the ending because there are multiple endings to the game. But in case you're just tuning in, Wizardry 6 Bane of the Cosmic Forge is an old computer role-playing game, 6th installment of the Wizardry series, in which you make a party of 6 characters and send them on a quest looking for an ancient artifact, the Cosmic Forge, which is a legendary pen. Anything written with a pen becomes reality. So, highly sought after item, believed to be stored in an ancient and abandoned castle. Party enters the castle, explores the area under the castle, the areas around the castle, eventually make your way to the underworld, and then finally you learn the truth about the king of the castle and how he's become a vampire. Used the pen to ask for immortality, and of course the pen is cursed in a way, so the answer to his request is by making him a vampire, and he's engaged in all sorts of evil and demonic things, if you believe the ghost of his former queen, as she told the party this stuff. So really it puts you in a position where as you approach the end of the game you have to decide who is telling the truth. Is the king innocent, or is the queen a liar? So we're going to go with, I think for this playthrough, I'm going to go with the fact that the king is indeed an evil vampire. We're going to act as such. In the last episode, we learned the secret to defeating the king. But first we have to get through this temple where the king is stashed away at the end. And that's where we are right now. We've made it, I'd say, probably through, I don't know, maybe half of the temple so far. Ran into some problems. Kind of got our butts kicked a little bit, to be quite honest. I'm going to try to rest a little bit more before we venture into this room. Let me take a look at my spell points here. 96, 80. I'd like to get that 80 up to 100 before we proceed. You'll notice I've got my Ghostbusters mug. The new movie comes out later this month. Looking forward to that. I'm going to have a marathon, I think, between now and then. I've loved Ghostbusters ever since I was a kid. Alright, that should be good enough. Alright, so what I'm doing here is I'm casting what I call my utility spells. Armor Plate gives the party a little extra defense. Enchanted Blade, which gives them a little extra edge in their offense. Excuse me. Detect Secret, which will help me locate hidden objects or hidden buttons in the maze that I may have overlooked. And then Magic Screen, which does help protect the party from magic spell attacks. Alright, so here we go. You can follow along with the map to see where we have and have not been. So this is the kind of stuff that got me last time. These massive groups of monsters. 6 in one group, 5 in another, and 6 in another. The problem with these guys is they cast a lot of enfeebling magic. So they'll put the characters to sleep. They'll paralyze them. They'll make them blind. They'll mute them so they can't cast spells. So the trick is to try to take them out fast, which is not always the easiest thing to do. This, you know, I'm leveled to an appropriate degree, but that's the nature of wizardry. No matter how strong you are, there's always one wrong encounter can totally take you out. So let's see, how do I want to do this? I'm going to use the blade spell here. So I'm focusing the melee characters on these 6, and Lulu is going to play the instrument that gives her a fireball. So I'm doing a blade spell and a fireball on these 5 lesser devils. And Danny's going to give a good, strong, well, no. We're going to do a prismatic missile, I think, on these guys, on the 6. Let's see what we can do here. 1 down. Oh, come on, oh, really? That was a waste. The party seems to attack first, which is great, but once these guys get rolling, it's going to be a slaughter here. Here we go with the web. If they would just attack, that wouldn't be too bad. They have 3 characters: irritated, paralyzed. Ooh, oh, man. It's a slaughter, I'll tell you. Let's see, what was that? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 monsters? And this is where it starts to go downhill every time. Right here. My healer is paralyzed, so I can't really heal these guys that are weak. Alright, so we eliminated one group. That's good. They didn't advance. So this group here is still the one we were fighting last time. How do I want to do this? Let's see. I'm going to hope to take out this first group. Man. Do I have anything healing related here? I can raise somebody. Heck, let's do another fireball on the second group. Let's just see how far we get. 1 down. Good hits. Come on, come on. As long as they don't throw an acid bomb or something, we might make it out of this alive. Ah, there it goes. Claire's dead. Lulu's dead. Danny's dead. Man, another reload is what this is going to be. I'm not going to res 3 or 4 characters. Aggravating. And the biggest problem with this is they'll kill everybody but this guy right here, who is very hard for them to touch. And the fight just goes forever onward. Total stalemate. Crazy, crazy, crazy. This is what happened Sunday? Yeah, Sunday. And see, Trevi's in pretty good shape, but he's blind. Or no, he's in fear, so it's hard for him to hit. And I have 9 of these guys left. I'm going to keep at it, but even if I win, I'm just going to reload the save because I'm not going to resurrect 5 party members. All right, we're down to 8. I'm actually curious to see if I'll come out on top. Can Trevi take on 8 of these guys by himself is the question. While he's debuffed. Mirador says, about to the point where you have to save after every step you take. Almost. But at the same time, I get it, right? I mean, this is the final dungeon of the game, the final slog. And truth be told, once I can get through, you know, this battle, it's probably going to be somewhat smooth sailing. Gypsy says, hello, Gypsy. I'm not quite sure what killed all those guys. Did they cast an acid bomb that fizzled on them? And interesting. So I may reload the save, step in this room, and it just be 2 of these guys. You know, or it could be 18 of them. You never know. Gypsy, how are you tonight? Yeah, I'm totally not sure what's going on there. Alright, I believe I'm actually, at the end of the day, I'm going to win this fight. It's crazy. This will do it. That's ridiculous. 147,000 experience, and Trevi levels up, of course. For what it's worth. Because I am going to reload. I'm not going to res that many people. Alright. Bear with me. And don't shame me. I'm sure you guys would do the same. Alright. But we're going to do it a little different this time. I'm going to save after the spells are cast, so we at least save that step. I'll tell you one thing I noticed in that fight, though, is Wizard Screen really made or Magic Screen, I should say, really made a difference. A lot of the spells they cast were reduced because of that screen. Alright, fingers crossed. Interesting. Still multi-group. I got 4 groups of monsters here, but they're a little more manageable. Firefly, probably 4 poison giants, 4 fairies. So I'm going to hope that between Trevi, Kyler, and Claire, that they can score enough critical hits to kill these 2 giants in the first round. We're gonna really hope for that, right? Sadao is going to... We're going to try a Blades on these fairies, because I'm not real sure what those fairies can do. We're going to fireball them also. And Danny's going to hit them with a fireball as well. I feel like they're going to be heavily magic resistant, but we'll try it. Come on, let's get a critical, please. Alright, fireball. 1 fairy unaffected. 2 of them are damaged. Okay, alright, 1 fairy dead. And to cast Charm. Claire is beholden. Alright, so Claire's out of the picture. Come on, Kyler. Somebody crit. And here comes the poison. Who's getting poisoned? Claire's poisoned. Seto's poisoned. Lulu's poisoned. Danny's poisoned. Man. Alright, one poison giant down. So to be clear, I don't have enough cure poison to fix 4 people. 5 people. Probably another reload. Good heavens. After Twisted Sylph. That's cool. After the headache this our temple has given me, I'll tell you what. Danny says, "Oh dear." Yeah, aggravating is what it is. Let's see. So Sadal is going to go into healing mode here. I feel like Danny's closest to death. Lulu is gonna try to take this Sylph out, and we're gonna try to go with a prismatic missile on these 2 poison giants. See what happens. 103 damage, 99 damage. Really good hit from Danny. Alright. Twisted Sylph is gone. Gypsy says, I missed a good bit. Have you had a lot of reloads? Just 1 so far. We just started. Alright. Alright, guys. Come on. What can we do here? What do we have here? Not a lot. Herbal Patty. I'm not sure what that does. I think that's magic regen. Lulu's gonna bite it, I'm afraid. Let's see. Magic missile. I think I can take that twisted, that will-o-wisp out rather. Okay, I thought I missed more, says Gypsy. Nope, nope. Somebody's going to die from poison at the end of this round. Well, yep. Alright, come on, guys. Alright, Trevi's actually going to do something unusual. Trevi's going to heal Kyler. Kyler's going to fight the Will-O-Wisp. Sato has a light heal potion. It's not going to do much, but we'll give it to Claire. Lulu's going to continue with the horn. And Danny's going to do a ice ball at level 4. And we'll see what happens. Unaffected, unaffected. Man, okay. Actually, let me see. Does Lulu have anything healing? No, does not. Man, this thing is resistant. And agile. And there goes Lulu. Mirador says, too much poison. Yes, way too much poison. More than I'd be able to cure. So, It'll be another reload. I hate to do it. I hate to just stay on the literally the same square. But I don't know how much resurrection I actually have at the moment. I know I've got one. I think I might have a scroll. I might have a an amulet, and then I've got that rod that Danny has. All right, now this. See, this will be a pushover fight. You know, there's really no middle ground. It's either too easy or it's too hard. So that's silly. All right. Like we may manage to get this in one round here, but I'll take it. And res makes them weaker after, correct? Well, it reduces their constitution or their vitality or whatever the stat is called in this game. So yes, and that the lower that stat, I believe, the slower in which they accumulate hit points on level up. So, all right. So we teleported again to this corner of the temple. We have two assassins. These guys can be problematic too. But it's not always quite as bad. Let's try lightning. That's a kind of a new spell for us. So I feel like we have to teleport to all four corners of the temple probably. Find the key to the door like we did last time. Alright, so prismatic missile. Sometimes it flops, sometimes it's a miracle worker. Yeah, to answer your question a little bit clearer, Mirador, when this fight's over, I'll show you what I mean. You can look at the stats of the characters and you can tell which ones have been resurrected a number of times. What is that? Ooh, a fancy shuriken. Okay, we'll take it. So, like, let's look at Lulu and Sato, right? Sato must not die very often. Vitality is 17. Yeah, 14. None of them are terrible. I guess there we go. Claire, vitality of 8. How many times has Claire died? Was this 11 times? I think. Yeah, and Trevi's died 3. That's what this indicator is. Kyler's died 8. Danny 5. So, alright, so we're going to save. Alright, so which way are we going? Go this way. Oh, this is new. These are it's a new model here. Eerie Mages. So, you know, the name is right there, right? Eerie Mages. So who has silence? Ooh, we can try that. I like death. Let's see. Yeah, let's give him a shot at death. You know, I keep forgetting I have that spell. That may have made things easier. Danny has silence, right? Somebody's got it. Or not. Maybe not. Could have sworn I picked that spell. I forget what category it's under. Ooh, they look like aliens, Danny says. Bro, where is silence? You know, hang on. I want to know. Somebody's got that spell. Pretty sure I picked it. Oh, maybe not. Not sure. Just for my own sanity, I want to check. Mind read. Blink. Okay, I guess I don't have it. Well, that's one I definitely want to pick up if I get the opportunity. Against this kind of enemy, silence would be a good spell to have. It would mute them and prevent them from casting spells. Let's do an ice ball. See what happens. So as mages, they should be fairly weak to physical attacks, but they can deal out a lot of damage. So the trick is to take them out early. There we go. 30,000, that's a nice little bit. Okay, so I'm going to save here because I think there's a teleporter in this room. Maybe two. What do we have here? Greater demons. That's slightly disturbing. Let's see. What do we want to do? I don't think death will work on these guys, but we'll try it. And I think I'm going to go with another ice ball. They look a little fiery. Greater demons are a monster that have a huge history in the Wizardry games. Historically, some of the harder regular encounters in the game. Ankh of Youth. Ooh, does that lower a character's age? Oh, let's see. So, yeah, let me go ahead and pump some into shield since he does have a shield now. Give him Enchanted Blade so we don't use all of Shadow's spell points. Definitely save now. Yes, I did indeed save now. Not going to rest though. I think we're going to proceed forward. Look at that. There's a fountain where there's no floor. That's cool. What do we have here? Lord Daimyo, 6 samurai and 3 ninja. This fight's going to suck. Let's see. But it's doable. It's winnable. We're going to do big death on the 6 samurai. Lulu's going to horn them. Danny's going to fireball them too because I like to take them out. Samurai slain. Only killed one. I thought it was a group spell. $34, $26, $35. Dead. 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 Excuse me. All right. Pretty good progress that round. Who's fallen asleep? Shadow, Lulu, and Danny, of course. What do we have here? Joseph Zubarante says, these sprites give me bad flashbacks. Damn criticals. Hey, welcome to the stream. Good to have you. Yeah, I loved this game so much when I was younger. Of course, at the time, I had only ever played the first 2 Wizardry games, and then I went straight to this one. And man, this was just leaps and bounds prettier than the first 2 games. Alright, these ninjas might crit somebody, and that would really suck. I really wish some of these guys would wake up. I'm going to try something I don't normally do. We're going to try to mental attack these ninja at max level. Hopefully it'll drive some of them crazy. Unaffected. Nope, did nothing. I wasted a whole character on that. Let's see. Somebody get a crit, please. There we go. Well, that wasn't a crit, but it worked. There we go. Okay. Woo! Ink of Death. So that's samurai armor. Doesn't do me any good. Ink of Death, though. We'll give that to somebody. Danny might be able to use it. Oh, Danny's full. Oh, she's full. Alright, and Claire has leveled up. Thank you. What are we going to put points into? Mental and physical. Silence. There it is. Okay, we'll take it. So this is probably a good resting point. I'm going to back into a corner here. We're going to try to rest. Of course, when we rest, time passes, we lose our buffs. But we gain stamina, we gain spell points back. Sometimes it takes several rests to get a good build up, a good buffer. We'll try for one more and see where we're at. Let's see how everybody's looking. Yeah, I like it. So, Trevi now has Enchanted Blade. We're going to go ahead and use his Enchanted Blade. Seto will cast Armor Plate. Danny with the Detect Secret. And Danny with the Magic Screen. Okay. Save. And we hit another teleporter. Okay, what do we have here? Priests of Ram and Guardians of Ram. So we have some goat priests here. Interesting. That's cool. Starting to see some really cool monsters here. What are we going to do? Let's see. Danny says, oh boy. Again, it reminds me of the movie Dragnet, right? If you've ever seen it, Dan Aykroyd and Tom Hanks, they infiltrate a pagan party where everybody's wearing goat masks and they partake in illegal narcotics. I'm going to roll the dice on a prismatic missile here. Goes insane, paralyzed, withers and dies. Very good. 360 hit points. Fantastic. That's a prismatic missile that we like right there. A lifesteal, don't... Oh, you bastard. Okay, let's see. That hit me for 1,000 hit points. Did you see that? Here's another one. So these priests are bad news for that lifesteal spell. Now we're going to have to take them a little more seriously. I didn't think they were going to have that kind of punch. So we're going to throw it all at the priests here. It'll be okay. One character I don't care to res. Alright, I don't want to roll the dice on the prismatic missile again. We'll do an ice ball at level 5. See if we can take them out. Seto Cat is in the chat. Hello, Seto. Welcome to the stream. Oh, Claire's dead. Seto, you came just in time. Interesting but tough fight. I'm actually enjoying this fight here. These priests are pretty tough, but not in a bad way, not in an unfair way. This is a pretty cool fight, actually. Come on. Word of Death. Spell reduced. Trevi hit for 30 damage. Sato for 25. Ooh. They've got some tough spells. And they're kind of tough too to the physical attacks. I'm surprised by that backup. So Claire's dead. That's my problem there. They're pretty resistant. We're going to see what we can do here. Alright, one priest down. Thank you. Alright. Now we're talking. Alright. Book of Silence. Well, I could have used that a little while ago. Cure Poison Potion. We will take that. Gift of the Trevi. Book of Identity. Everybody's full. Everybody's full. Good heavens. Alright. Seto has leveled up. Good. Increase that mace. Theology. New spell for Seto. What are we going to go with? Purify Air. Hold Monsters. Sane Mind. Conjuration. Let me go ahead and boost that group a little bit. Lulu levels up. Very nice. And Danny. Nice. Alright. Put some points into Thaumaturgy there and get some anti-magic. Yeah, we're going to go with anti-magic. Alright. So, Danny is awake. Let's try this Necrology Rod on Kyler. That worked, okay. And one Claire. So, let's get these guys healed up. Boy, that didn't do much, did it? And that was max level too. Gonna burn all our healing like right here. Alright, so I'm gonna save. Let's fix the marching order. And let's try to get some rests in if we can, without being ambushed. Not a good place to rest, really. I'm going to go for 3 and I'll save. Oh, look who's come to party. Okay, but I think we might be able to make it work. I think we can make it work. I just hate to burn these spell points again. That was good. Very nice. So I can get behind that. That was pretty cool. Alright, let's proceed to rest some more. Heal some wounds here. Who needs it most? Lulu. So heal some more. Boom. Problem with these fighters up here is their hit point pool is so large that even a big heal wounds doesn't really top them off completely. Try to get a few more rests in. More. See what we can do now. I know their hit points are not all the way topped off, but we'll roll with this and see how it goes. So that spell I picked up a minute ago, Anti-Magic, you can cast that in combat, and it should prevent enemies from using any magic or heavily reduce. I can't remember the exact description. What a terrible trick that is. Or I wonder, is there actually a floor there? I've got to know, so bear with me. I'm going to save. No, it's not. It is a trick. I just wanted to know. I thought maybe there'd be a floor there that you can't see. Oh. So, there's a treasure chest in the back there. 1 samurai, 6 samurai, and 3 ninja. This is like the one fight we did a little while ago. So, let's try to whirlwind. The 6. Lulu will fireball the 6, and Danny is going to... We'll roll the dice on a prismatic missile here on the 6. It's always curious. It's either nothing or a lot. That whirlwind doesn't set me on fire. It's not terrible damage, but it's mediocre. Okay. Oh. Magic missile. Who's going to sleep? Almost everybody. Okay. So who's left? Trevi's awake, Sato's awake, and Danny's awake. So we're going to focus on... Trevi's going to go for the ninja. Sato... Going to use blades at level 6 on the samurai. Danny is going to... Oh, that's Danny, because Lulu's asleep, yes. Ice ball at level 6, the samurai. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, that's beautiful. Fantastic. Okay, that went really good. Maybe. They're focusing on Claire. I hate it when that happens. But Claire's awake now. Sato will go ahead and heal Claire. Danny's going to fireball these 2 ninja. Good. Alright. We made it. A Bushido blade, huh? Is everybody full? Are you kidding me? No. I've got to go through and organize. I won't be able to take what's in this chest. Let's see. What kind of junk do we have? Alright, so let's do some of this. Boy, everybody's just packed out. I'm never going to use these. Let me see what these herbal patties do. Let me just see if they're healing or magic or something else. Oh, he's asleep, so. Alright. Yeah, that didn't help him. So. The apple, on the other hand, that's useful. And the red mushroom, I believe, if you use it anywhere but in the one location, is a consumable. Apple. So the herbal patty did heal Seto. Okay. So we're going to save. We're going to approach the chest here. Lulu is going to inspect it. Chest has the trap has 2 words in it. Letter M and C for sure. Seto will cast this divine trap. Oh wow. R-I-I-M. L-E-S-R-I-I-M. 2 words. R-I-I-M. Prismatic missile. That's it. I-I-M. That was it. Key of finality. Ankh of Arni. That's interesting. I don't know what that could be. Grr. So, key of finality. Does that mean that we're almost there? Are we at the end? Who ended up with that? Was it Kyler or Claire? Ankh of Arni. I'm real curious about that. I need to check that out. So usually with things like this ankh and other pieces of jewelry, when you equip them, they'll ask you if you want to invoke its special power. Which, all right, let's see. We're going to just get rid of this. Lightning rod, we're not going to use it. And we're going to add herbal patty. Remove the ankh of Arni. Arni. You know, I've got an identify. Somebody can cast identify. Equip. Ankh of Arni. So weird. So let's keep a close eye and see what it does. My hit points, do they go up or down? My hit points was 97, is 97 now. Let me reload. Oh crap, I saved the game. Well, I meant to reload to see if that was an increase or a decrease in my hit points. But we have to roll with it now, whatever it is. So because I don't know what's beyond this door, we're going to rest up big time. Because this could be the very end. But I don't want to equip all of these weird items unless we are for sure about to face the king. So let's just take a peek, right? Let's see what's in here. There's a switch. Now the last time I found a switch and pushed it, it took us back to the beginning of the temple. So I'm going to save before we push this thing. And it took us back to the beginning of the temple, just like I thought. Alright, so we are going to reload that save. But I don't have a key for that door. Suddenly a figure materializes. Wait a minute. What? Still here. How is this possible? Red alert. Red alert. Intruders 9 o'clock high. And Zorphidius attacks and calls for help. Okay, well I don't have my armor plate or my enchanted blade up because I wasn't sure what we were about to encounter. So we're going to see if we can go through this fight raw. Zorphidius, huh? In the flesh this time. and the greater demons. So we're going to try a silence on old Zorfidius. Lulu. We're actually going to do a bless. And Danny is going to try anti-magic because Zorfidius is a sorcerer. So let's see what happens. Mirador says, is he the king? No, I don't believe so. The Bane King is his own person. Zorfidius is another character from the castle, but I feel like this is the mini-boss, so to speak. Zorfidius is unaffected by silence, but anti-magic has been cast. We met Zorfidius once before in a spectral form. Well, anti-magic didn't do a thing. It's okay. That's okay because, like I said, I wasn't really prepared for this. We didn't have our buffs or anything up. So we'll burn through this, or he'll burn through me, or whatever, and then we'll just reload. And do it the right way, which I can probably complete this fight, but I want to do it in a better, in a better state of. Let's see. I don't want to limp my way out of it. These guys are pretty cool. Come on. All right. Robe of Enchantment. Ooh, Staff of Magicus. Mystic's Ring. It's a lot of good stuff here. I don't know. Everybody's full. But I'm going to have to reload because what happens if those aren't required items. Alright. Oh, so he pops back up. I can't believe it. You killed me. I'm dead. Can't believe I'm really dead. Why? Why did you do it? So I'm not going to answer what I want to answer because I'm just about to reload. Ah, look here. Phony ending. You have taken the Dumbofo ending, which is you fell through the abyss of bubbling oil, landing in a deep void of galactic fudge goo, where you are to remain forever until you can fathom a more likely response to the inquiry made by Zorfidius. Why did you do it? Hint, go back and look at the box of the game and see if anything strikes your mind. So the answer is the Cosmic Forge. So, congratulations, you got to see one ending of the game there. Not, not a real proper ending. But what a mean trick. Imagine, having defeated him with the intention of moving on, not knowing what to answer there, and getting that ending. That's funny. Okay, come on. All this guy's doing is getting in my way. Really? How aggravating. All right. So, another reload. I'm just trying to rest up so we can take this Zorfidius fight on at full arsenal. But the spell points are so slow to recover. We're so close, I can taste it. I think after that Zorphidius fight, the next room is the final encounter. Alright. This might be good enough. Yeah, that's good enough. Armor plate at level 6. Enchanted blade at level 6. For good measure, we'll go ahead and do a detect secret, but I really don't think there's going to be a need for that. But we will do the magic screen, and we're going to save. And now let's proceed. Let's do it for real this time. Alright, this time it's just him and 2 greater demons. So we can work with that, right? Sato is going to... What are we going to do here? Blades. Yeah, let's do a blades at level 6 on the demons. Lulu is going to do a horn. And Danny, what do we want Danny to do? Do we want to roll the dice on a prismatic missile, or let's try something a little more tangible? Ice ball, 43, 17. Here comes the fire. If we don't survive this time, I will use a fire screen or whatever that spell's called. May actually still cast it because we've got another round with these 2 guys. Alright, but Sato is going to go into heal mode here with a heal wounds, level 5 for Danny. Lulu is going to go ahead and throw up a Horn of Prometheus, and Danny, for good measure, is going to pop up a fire shield, since these guys seem to really like throwing fireballs. Let's see if it helped. A little bit. Still hurts though. Alright, 1 down. Come on, there we go. Good deal. Alright, these robes are probably going to be a really good piece of armor for Danny. Of course, Danny's probably full, yes. Right, I know we need the staff. Good Lord, come on. Need the Mystic's Ring. Oh, come on, look, somebody's got room. Okay. Alright, so here we go. You killed me, I'm dead. Why? Why did you do it? The Cosmic Forge. The Cosmic Forge? You killed me over the stinking pen. At least you could have killed me for a good reason, like you didn't like the way I dress or who I pray to. Just for that, I'm not going to tell. Without me, you'll never find it. It could be right in front of you, but you'd never know it. And you could even be within 3 steps of it, and you wouldn't find it. Ha ha ha. You can just search all you want to, and it won't do you any good. And why? Because you can't push yourselves past the limits of what you know to see the world that lies beyond. The world you see is an illusion, only a trick, a reflection of the operation of your own mind. Well, except that it's real too, except that it's not. I mean, oh well, skip it. You're searching for the Cosmic Forge, the Pen of Destiny, and it sounds like powerful magic. But what if it wasn't magic? What if it was... Dang it. And then suddenly he vanishes. I sure hope that paragraph that flew by wasn't important. because I did totally miss what it said. Okay, so there's lots of clues in what he's saying. Within 3 steps is something that's going to allow us to continue, right? And I feel like it's going to involve, you know, either walking somewhere where there's not a floor or something. We'll have to figure it out. Or maybe there's a wall we can walk through. Shadowcat says he was cool looking. Yes, he was really cool looking. So first things first. Sato's got these robes of enchantment. Let's see if Sato can equip them. Yes. Yes. Good deal. Sato was in need of armor class boost. He said an illusion. Yeah. I caught that. So we'll figure it out here in just a moment. But this other item, I'm trying to remember who picked it up. Staff of Magicus. So the Shadow Cloak, goodbye. Swag, remove the staff. Review Danny. What does Danny have that we can get rid of? Bottle rockets are weak. Trade the staff to Danny. And then there was also a ring, a Mystic's ring. Let me see. Let's see who can use that. A mage, a priest, a monk. A monk, rather. Is it a monk? Yeah. So nope, maybe not. Alright, well, let's get Danny equipped with this staff here, which I can't recall off the top of my head what that staff does, but I know it's something good. Let's give this ring to Danny and see if Danny can equip it. Yes. Okay. So first things first, we're going to save. Then we're going to heal. We're coming up on the final fight, I'm sure of it. And we need to, before we do that fight, we need to go ahead and equip everybody properly. But I can't remember how much is left between then and now. So we're going to just poke around for a minute before we start trading equipment. Let's just see. So we're in a dead-end room, right? Okay. Well, okay. So we were in a room that looked like a dead end. We took the concept of it being an illusion. We walked through a wall, fell down a chute, and we're in a new part of the map. So pretty sure this is probably it. What does this button do? That was a teleport that took us back to the beginning. That's what I thought. So we're just going to reload that save because I saved before I did it. So bear with me just another moment, guys, while we blow through this. And I'm pretty sure that once we reload and go through the door, that's going to be it. So I'm going to go ahead and equip myself accordingly before we step through the door. And we're going to rest up to maximum. Alright. So, here we go. Big rest. This room should be fairly secure. I don't anticipate a bunch of interruptions here. So paying attention to what Zorfidius said is really the key, because most players would walk in that hallway, see a dead-end wall, search, find nothing. And not know what to do, but we pushed on through the wall. And I like the fact that when you go through the wall, you fall in a chute. That's a throwback to the original Wizardry. Access to the last, very, very last level of the game was through a chute in the floor. Alright, so again, I haven't played this in 12 years, so I do not know for sure, but I feel like through this door is the Vampire King. So, with that in mind, we're going to gear up as if that's what we're encountering. The Holy Stake, the Rock of Reflection. Let's see, Seto's got the Silver Cross. We're going to need that. Swag. What do we have here? And so I'm going to give, I'm not sure what to do with the holy water here, but we're going to trade some to Lulu. And I'm going to trade 2 to Danny. Because I think these can be used like a missile weapon. Maybe? So let's just see what happens. And here's the bet. Ah, how good of you to drop by. I was really hoping to meet you again after your last impression. He's referring to the fact that we had the cross and it burned his face when he saw it. The Bane King winces and you notice a scab in the shape of a cross upon his cheek. And now, my warm-blooded friends, it is time to disperse with the formal pretenses and fly into the heart of the matter. You wish to destroy me, and I wish to live. Therefore, one of us must die. The Bane King attacks. Oh, and it comes right out. Dracula. Okay, so. God, it's been forever. I think before my attacks can hit, I think I have, the cross has to be activated. So, I think. So we're going to use the Silver Cross. Pretty sure. Oh, and look, everything has worn because I was an idiot and I did not. Wow. I did not put my stuff up before we started this. All right. Lulu is going to go ahead and cast Bless. Danny's going to put up the magic screen all the way. Let's see what happens in this first round. If we fail, we'll just rebuff and we'll try again. Angel's Tongue. Stake of Wood is missing. Everything's missing until the cross is invoked, I believe. See, now it's working. Death Wish. Oh. Lord. Oh. Oh, my. That's not good. Okay. Well, I know now. Let's see. Seto. Yeah. Alright, so this was a trial run because I don't have Resurrection. I'm going to try this. I don't think it's going to work. Yeah, so anti-magic for sure, magic screen for sure. Going into this, we'll now know. That would make a big difference, for sure. Now, I'll say this. You saw the prompt going into this fight. One of us must die. I wish to live. I can tell you this. If we had chosen to believe the queen and didn't listen to anything she said, and the way you indicate that, oh wow, I won. The way you indicate that is to throw away the cross. You get a whole different set of things that happens here. From the dead vampire's corpse, you see arise his ghostly likeness. And as his essence takes in the awareness of what has happened, he begins to speak. A long time ago I wished many things, all for myself, and all to make me the superior of those around me. And so I plotted and schemed, and made plans and alliances, all to bring some great power into my grasp. But I was still afraid of death. How I feared that one day I would not be here, no longer able to touch this world, to move it and to be moved by it. And so it was that I was dealt a blow, far greater than death itself. I took the pen of destiny and cast aside the laws of nature and of life. And as I wished to live forever, as I had done in the past, it came to pass by the writ of the cosmic forge. And I did rule by the blood of others, using it to further my own gain, and so I transformed forevermore into the creature you see before you, doomed forever to prowl the night and feed my never-ending hungers, and all for what? I do not know. Although everything must eat to live, all that I touched withered and died, and soon all that I did likewise. So I died anyway, even without death, and yet my corpse walked on, compelled by the bane of the cosmic forge, to forever renew, nay, only replenish itself. And what a curse it was! How can I begin to tell you of what it is like to merely survive, only endure and feel no warmth, feel no joy, only to go on and on? And yet we fear change, and thus we fear the name of death. And as long as we fear death, we shall never be free to truly live. Strange words from one such as I, but my epitaph is none the less. The bane be ended. I embrace the night. The vampire fades into mist. And here we have Rebecca, the daughter. Soon thereafter another ghostly shape appears before you. He was my protector and my benefactor. As it was, he saved me from the hands of the harlot queen, lover of Zorphidius, seducer of my father, slayer of she, my innocent mother and lover. He was my only pleasure, and the queen hated our love together. She was as wicked a witch as ever drew breath, no colder after death than she was before, and as my mother and lover were slain at her command, so also she tried to slay me. How fitting that her writ of death for the demon girl by Bane of the Forge could come to mean herself, and so she slipped and fell upon her own knife. So listening to Rebecca here makes me feel like perhaps the queen was truly the evil one, and maybe the true ending would have been to not believe the queen. I don't know. It really doesn't make a difference. Either ending is considered successful. And now you know the whole of it. So I leave you to take charge of the cosmic forge, pen and hand of destiny. And she too fades into nothingness. Venal robe, displacer cloak, ring of stars, north exit key. Oh wow. And guess what? I don't have any place for this stuff. The north exit key, we have to have that. So much good stuff here. Come on. So, how do I want to do this? Shadowcat says, oh damn, she's hot. So at this point, we have two options. When I proceed through the door, I believe there's another fight, and then there's a branch. You make a selection, and depending on the choice you pick, you get one of two endings. And then the third option is to not fight the king at all, but to throw away the cross and go into the room, which is a whole different cup of tea, but it is also one of the proper three endings. So what I'm going to do off camera here is I'm about to back up my save, because we may want to see all of this. So hang tight with me for a second while I go into my Steam. Let's see. There it is. I just want to save. I want to back up my save game somewhere else. Steam apps, common, Wizardry 6. Oh, that way I can show you all the endings. Save game, there it is, copy. We'll drop it on the desktop. Okay, so here in a moment I can reload that save, and we can do the other option, which is not to fight the king. I'd like to show everybody all of the endings if possible. Alright, so I backed up the save before the fight, so we're going to go ahead and save here. Fix the marching order. Trevi, Kyler, Claire. Let's get some healing in. This time we will make sure to cast our spells before we go through the door, because even though the king is the final boss, there is a secondary battle that you may or may not get depending on the path you take in the game. Alright, this is a risky rest here. Oh, come on. Really? That's aggravating. Well, good deal on that. Very simple fight. We still, somebody had some healing potions. Heavy heal. And then I also want to give Danny some of these new items. Okay, that'll work. Let's see. Let me do a little housekeeping real quick, guys. Swag. We're going to just get rid of the icicles. We're going to get rid of the corn. We don't need that anymore. Don't need that. Wand of Ghosts. Don't need that. We're going to add this. We're going to add that. All right. Who has some of this loot? Displacer Cloak. That's pretty cool. Usable by everybody. AC -4. Put all the regular stuff back on. Oh, cool. All right. Who has the other one? Somebody else has the other Venal robe. There it is. And we'll trade that to Claire. And then we're ready. Alright, save. There was also a ring that dropped, but I believe that is more of a something you can use here in a moment. It's not so much a piece of equipment as it is a quest related item. All right. Chamber of the Cosmic Forge. Here we go. A whiny, thin voice calls out, please state security code. So this is where we have to use that ring I was talking about. I think the code is in the ring. I forget who managed to snag the ring. Let's find out. Ring of Stars, that's it. Ring of Stars. Use on which item? Oh yes, let's see. Watch this. The king had a diary. And you use the ring on the diary. I remember now. I gotta remember who's holding it. Because that is where you get the code. King's Diary right there. Remove. I'm going to trade that to Kyler. Some of these items, we've been carrying around forever. Use the Ring of Stars on the King's Diary. Personal log. I have no recourse except to lock up the Cosmic Forge to prevent another disaster from occurring. I wish I had some way to return it, but our ship, sad to say, is out of fuel. That's interesting. Security gate code. The Hand of Destiny. Really? All right. The Hand of Destiny. So we proceed down the hallway. A yellow glow is emanating from within the altar, and a bright, radiant object is hovering there. Behold the Cosmic Forge. Do you take the pen? So again, the answer that you give here decides one of the endings. So we're going to say yes. You reach for the pen. I'll take that, says a strange voice. To be continued, fall of 1991. Congratulations, you have taken one of the successful conclusions to the Cosmic Forge. You can save the game at this point for recording your victory. Also make a copy of it, blah, 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 blah. You will now be returned to the game somewhere in the Enchanted Forest. So, that was one ending. And you may say, well, what a cliffhanger that is. Well, that's because in this game, you could take your final save and use that to seed the next game. So, behold the Cosmic Forge. Do you take the pen? No. So we do not take the pen. We leave it alone. And instead, I'm trying to remember. There is another door or a secret somewhere. It's where you use that key. Maybe it's somewhere else in the temple. I don't recall. Let's see if we can find it. Let's see. There was another door that we never opened. I think it's this door up here. Let's try it. Nope. The north exit key. North exit key. Interesting. I really don't want to go through the whole temple again. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. Let me do some swapping around here. Give me just a second. Let me show you what happens if you choose not to fight the king. So what I'm doing is I'm replacing this current save game with the one that we saved before the fight. And here we are before the fight. So remember what I said, to get this ending you have to get rid of the silver cross. We're going to drop the silver cross, or put it in swag is what I have to do. Let's see. It can't be on a character, basically, out in the open. So if you go to the king without the cross, you get a different dialogue. And now, my warm-blooded friends, it is time to disperse of the formal pretenses and fly into the heart of the matter. You wish to destroy me, and I wish to live. Therefore, one of us... Oh, wait a minute. That's not what was supposed to happen. Oh, yes. This is right. Both of them attack. Now I recall. And I don't think I was ready for it. Let's see. Yeah, I didn't gear up for it. Let's see what we're going to do. Let's see if we can win. I seem to remember something completely different happening. So perhaps I've done something wrong. But I thought without the cross, the king would just kill himself. But either way, without the buffs, it's not going to be a good... We'll try that again here in just a second. I'm wondering what I did wrong, because I was pretty sure when you walk in the room he will just stake himself if you don't have the cross. So let me pop up some spells. because I could be wrong about that. Let's see. Let's see. Let me just see what happens this time. It's going to be difficult to show you all of the endings. Let's see, what do we have that'll work here? Probably not much. The holy water did nothing too. Interesting. Again, it's been a while, so I'm sure I'm wrong about what triggers that. Rebecca can get it, Shadowcat says. Yeah. Interesting. There is something that you can do to make him, he stakes himself, he sacrifices himself, and then Rebecca gives you a whole sob story. But I'm probably misremembering what it is that triggers that. So there's the take the pen ending, which is what we saw when you try to take the Cosmic Forge, and then the mysterious character appears who says, I'll take that. But then there's also an ending where you don't take the pen, and you use the north exit key. Problem is, I don't remember where you use that key. It might be back in the castle. Could be very well where it is. So let me put my real save back in. So we chose not to take the pen. But where is the north exit? That is what I don't remember. Oh, it was another hidden wall. Look at that. Just like the last one. Okay. All right, so we're going to save here. This is the ending I really wanted to show everybody, because there's some cool stuff beyond this door. So the name of the key is the hint. North exit key. guys are going to see some really cool stuff here in a second. This is actually my favorite ending to the game. And even here, I believe there's 2 branching endings from this point too. But they're minor. Alright, so we're going to use the North Gate key. No effect, really. Interesting. Let me try that again, because I'm pretty sure this is the right key. Lord, you mean to tell me I can just pick this door? I don't think so. I'm positive that that key is supposed to work here. Or is it this? Nope. That's aggravating. Let me... Picking this is going to be really difficult. Can it be forced? No, not really. So close. Again, very close. I notice it's not jamming though. Although it is getting harder. Why is that key not working? And why is my spell not working either? What am I missing here? There's something that I'm missing. What am I missing? Interesting. Yeah, that's not happening. Yeah, we're jammed up here. I'm flummoxed, and I'm actually stuck in this room too. I know I've got what it takes to open this door. I know I've got it. Why is that key not working? So close to picking that lock. It's getting harder every time, and it's impossible at this point. Guys, I'm at a loss. Even though I've done this before. We can just play the reload game on the lock picking, but that's not very fun. Yeah, it's jammed. Okay, I'm going to cheat, and we're going to turn to the book, because we need to bring this to a close. So I've got the book, and let's just see what is supposed to open this door. Let me just see. I'm curious. Did I miss something? And I'm checking. According to the book, I should have received a different key from Rebecca. But it says I can pick the lock too. Do I have something called the BD key? I don't see anything like that. The BD key. Yeah, I don't see anything of the sort. Nope. Interesting. I'm going to check something. So the north exit key opens a door in the southeast corner of the forest. Okay, I remember that. I remember that. Okay, interesting. So for whatever reason, it says sometimes Rebecca may live, and if she lives, she will give you that key. But of course she perished. So we have to either accept the ending where we take the pen, or we have to pick this lock, which is not going to be easy. And it's going to require a lot of reloads. But for the sake of seeing all the endings, let's do that. We're just going to give it a best try. I'm not sure what would have triggered her to give us that versus not. That's curious. So close to picking that. Aggravating. So normally what would happen in this situation is someone would just take the pen and accept that ending. But I really want to show off everything this game has to offer. Which the take the pen ending is perfectly acceptable. Although you're sort of stuck in this room, though. Man. We'll give it about 3 more tries, and if that doesn't work, I'll go back and figure what we did wrong. And we may have one more Bane at the Cosmic Forge night, just to see the last endings. Alright, so that was try number 1. And any skill that may have gone into actually winning this is out through emulation, so it's just a luck of the draw. Oh, and we did it. Look at that. Okay, I hope everyone's still awake, because here we have the coolest thing in the game, in my opinion. Perched upon his throne, a great black dragon sits watching the party, small vibrations and shudders rippling about his thick ebony hide. Suddenly, he can stand it no longer. Ooh, you killed them. I will destroy you. Bella attacks. So here we have one final fight with Bella the dragon. Truly one of my favorite looking characters. I mean, this dragon just looks freaking awesome. So we're going to give Bella everything we got here. And a prismatic missile at level 6. One greater demon appears. Shadowcat says, oh cool. Yeah, I love the way this dragon looks. Okay, so this time I have Kyler go after the greater demon. Sadao is going to cast Death on the demon. Lulu's going to finally kick in with this horn. Use that on the demon. Meanwhile, Danny is going to use Anti-Magic on Bella. And see, just in time, because Bella used a spell called Nuclear Fusion, which would have been catastrophic had Anti-Magic not been up. Bella is funny for me because Bella in Portuguese means beautiful lady. That's fantastic. Just Exuberante says. That's great. That's a cool piece of information. You know, there's also an ending, and I apologize, I don't remember how to trigger it, where the dragon doesn't fight you, and the dragon is your friend. I think that is if Rebecca lives. Let's see. There's no way I can really show you all of the endings, unfortunately. But if you're curious enough, I'm sure you can find them on YouTube. Oh, no, and this is the end of Danny. is not gone yet. Good Lord, I thought we had her. Whew. Tough fight. I should have saved after I unlocked that door, because we may need it. Okay. Sado. What are we going to do? Let's see. What are we going to do? We don't have much. We don't have much in the way of spells left, with Danny out of the picture. Yeah. Kyler's dead. I think it's going to be a wipe, guys. I think the dragon's going to get me. Yeah, it's going to be a wipe. The dragon's going to take us out. How is Lulu hanging on? Lulu's out. Now here's the question. Is Trevi strong enough to hold on? Nope, because we just summoned another greater demon on top of this one. Trevi may kill Bella, but I don't think he can survive both demons. And I can't even at this point reach Bella, so Nuclear Blast, spell reduced, Trevi unaffected. The anti-magic worked well, but it's going to be a wipe. It's a shame. Word of Death. Some of these spells. Greater Demon Die is fantastic. Can he really pull it out? That's the question. I'm curious now. Setocat says he is a beautiful lady. Boy, if Trevi can win this fight, it'll be insane. And he might, because Bella's gone now. We'll limp to the end of the game with one party member surviving. Insane. I can't believe that actually happened. A cameo locket and a fang, a key of stars. I've never seen some of these items, because I don't know that I've ever actually received this ending before. This is fascinating. Key of stars. Does anybody have room? I'd imagine he leveled up after that. It's insane. He'd level up twice. Mirador says, did it. Yeah, barely. By the skin of my teeth I did it. Leveled up 3 times. Good Lord. Well, he received the whole pool of experience points off that. 4 times. I've never leveled up this much. So I'm going to save. I don't think there's any more I don't think there's any more encounters here. Who did I give that key to? Was it Danny? Of course, Danny's dead. Key of Stars. Trade to Trevi. Key of Stars. Trevi's probably full. Drop Holy Stake of Wood. Can't drop that. Alright, let's go ahead and go into this room. So this is interesting. With the whole party dead, I'm curious what happens when I import them into the next game. Do they stay dead or do they come back to life? That'll be interesting. You have any res? Yeah, I do, but I'm actually just curious to see what happens. There's no more encounters between here and the end. I'm pretty certain. And if there are, I've saved the game. So here we are. This is the cool part. You confront a giant slumbering beast, so huge that it fills the entire room, and so still that it doesn't even take a breath. Whatever it is, its skin is as hard as the hardest armor, and its weight is so tremendous that you can't even make it wiggle, no matter how much you attempt to lift it. Do you enter the mouth of the beast? And again, we obviously, as the audience realizes, this is a spaceship. Of course, the characters in their, medieval sensibilities don't recognize it as such. So do we enter the mouth of the beast? And if you say yes, well, we'll say yes. But if you say no, then I believe there's another little character that comes by and gives you the keys or something like that. Yeah, and tells you to clean up when you're done, and then they leave. But we're going to enter the mouth of the beast. Everyone agrees that you have troll dung in your brains, but they follow you into the mouth of the beast nonetheless. And then there were stars. To be continued. You have taken one of the successful endings, blah, 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 blah. So, just out of my own curiosity, let's see what happens if we do say no. And don't enter. Just because I'm curious. And I don't remember off the top of my head. Oops. Use it here. Settlecat says cool. And so, like I said, there's multiple endings, and depending on the ending you take and you save your game at that ending, it depends where it determines where the next game starts. No. Oh, so it just kicks you out of the room. Okay. So I think the ending I have in mind is if Bella is still alive and Bella is friendly to you. If you don't enter, Bella flies off and leaves you the keys to the ship. So I guess that's about all we can really see tonight, because I remembered what happened with the king. When we encountered him the first time, if we didn't have the cross, he wouldn't have become hostile, and that second ending would have taken effect. But we have really three choices here at this point. There was fight the king and take the pen, fight the king, somehow Rebecca lives and don't take the pen, and then this one, this spaceship one, which is where we're going to end it. So plans for the future. I do plan on playing Wizardry 7, and we'll actually we'll use this save right here as the save that we import into Wizardry 7. So the same characters at the same level, all of that, same equipment, all of that will move over. And because we got on the spaceship, that will affect the way that Wizardry 7 starts. But I'm not going to jump right into Wizardry 7 tomorrow. I think we'll actually take a little break and play something different. This was a long game, and parts of it were, excruciating and frustrating, as Wizardry games tend to be. And I know you're probably thinking, well, where's the where's the big ending? Where's the credit roll? Where's, the cutscene? And keep in mind, this is in 1990, before games had big dramatic endings like that. And plus, it's the first game in a trilogy. So the second one picks up right where this leaves off. But thanks for sticking out, Mirador especially. I know wanted to see the end. I tried to show as many endings as I could. But I appreciate you guys hanging out and being with me while we played through it. I look forward to the next one. And I don't quite know what we're going to play tomorrow yet, but it'll be a surprise and we'll figure it out. But thanks for watching, Shadowcat, Mirador, everybody that's in the chat. Hope you guys have a good night, and I'll see you in a day or two. Thank you.